I will firstly start this section by saying this was my hot opportunity from yesterday, which we actually bought into, and it is up 7% today. So that's my start of this section. But the business is Altium Limited, ticker code ALU. As Louis showed by his sector chart, it was one of the best performing sectors this week. A bit of positive sentiment towards risk on assets. It did very much benefit Altium and the tech sector as well. Now, they're a business that's engaged in the development and sale of computer software for the design of electronic products. They're based in Australia, but they have sales operations in America, Europe, Middle East, and Africa as well. Also China and the Asia Pacific. So across the globe, they're selling, and they focus on PC-based electronics and design software for engineers.
So it's printed circuit boards, yeah?
Yes, exactly right. Engineers who design printed circuit boards. So a lot of semiconductor
Now,
work.
correct me if I'm wrong, but a printed circuit board, if you open up a computer, like one of the older computers, the printed circuit board's that green thing that's got all the bumps on it. Is that right?
You're going to have to go to the IT department.
Okay, I'm going to have to go to the IT department to sort that out. My understanding is that's what it is, yeah.
My knowledge in that space goes as far as turn it off and back on.
Okay, and hope that it starts back up again.
But yeah, it's a big part of their business is to do with semiconductors and printed circuit boards, which there is a large shortage of worldwide at the moment. It's a big catastrophe for people across the board, people that are making cars, people that are in software, people that are in hardware. Across the board, it affects a lot of people. And being involved with the sale, I guess, of the software and electronic products here, it gives them a lot of pricing power for their services, which is very, very positive. So if we look at their fundamentals, 5-year period, quite positive revenues, stable or increasing, and so is the operating margin, which again, it's always good to see a business growing, but at the same time, you want to see them becoming more efficient and more profitable at the same time. And the net gearing ratio is negative, which I think in a volatile market, and especially when there's a lot of selling pressure, picking up a business that has no debt at the moment is always a positive thing. Brokers really seem to like it as well. Macquarie.
They don't have no debt. They've got like quite literally what is it like their net gearing is negative 70 or something, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's a very, very negative. So they're sitting on quite a decent cash pile at the moment. Again, very, very positive and a big part of mitigating risk and definitely in a seller's market. Brokers really seem to like this business. Macquarie, Morgan Stanley and Citi all see upside of 18, 29 and 26% respectively. And lastly, technically, I want to pull this up. So this is something that we obviously picked up I guess, as a bounce off support. Very downward trending. It's had a pretty big sell-off along with the market. But if you look at that very bullish rebound in recent sessions, it's bounced off a very strong level of support that it's used multiple times in the last few years. So it hit it on the 12th of May this year, as you can see where that significant red candle comes down a little bit to the left from where it's trading now. Hit it on the 5th of March 2021 and was a previous level of resistance which it failed to break a few times in 2018. And just below that as well, you can also see another level of resistance, which was actually its COVID low. So in terms of downside risk for this business, there is a level of support there. And then there's the COVID low, which it's also used 3 times as well. So 2 very strong levels of support, which is why picking this business up is something that is a very positive risk to reward ratio there, I think. Now we can see today quite a substantial green candlestick. I think Billy could have helped me out here and maybe taken a snapshot a bit later in the afternoon when it popped a bit more. But it broke into the upper Donchian channel, pretty substantial bullish candlestick there, consecutive. MACD's just crossed positive and the stochastic's positive as well. So still a little bit of room to run to that resistance at the top Donchian channel, about 6% to go. But something that's rebounded very, very positively along with the market this week and I still think has a lot of potential moving forward.